Hello Indulgers, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome once again to Ramadan with Iti. I'm your host Chef Iti, and this year I'm coming directly to your screens to share a number of delicious Ramadan recipes. In the past we've done things slightly differently. I hope you enjoy this new setup. And to kickstart this year's Ramadan series, we're going to be preparing a dish from Gambia. And let's get started with poisson or fish croquettes. So to start, we have mackerel as our choice of fish. I've chosen mackerel today because it is an oily fish and has a bold taste. And I think it will be just perfect in this recipe. I've also got some potatoes, 2 medium-sized and 1 large potatoes, as well as habaneros, 2 red and 1 green. You can definitely add or reduce the quantity of chilies according to your heat tolerance. 3 eggs for the egg wash. I'll keep that in a separate bowl. Some breadcrumbs as well to coat our beignets. 1 knob of garlic, I won't be using all of it. And of course some local shallots. Some fresh parsley for the nkoss. And to season today we have some sea salt, a shrimp seasoning cube, as well as white pepper. White pepper is my go-to when it comes to preparing fish, but you can definitely substitute this with black pepper instead. We've also got some fresh tomatoes as well for our dipping sauce. And now let's proceed to prepare the nkoss. All the ingredients and the measurements will be available at indulgewithit.com, and I'll be sure to drop them in the description of this video as well. So first up, we're going to take our parsley. I just want the leaf parts of the parsley, not the stalks. We will use the stalks though for later, just to add flavour as we cook. So I'll keep those there. 1 green scotch bonnet and 1 red one. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And some fresh white pepper, of course. Garlic as well. Just 3 cloves will do. And goes the garlic. And now I'm going to add 4 shallots. I've now washed and peeled my shallots. That goes in. And I'm also going to add my shrimp seasoning cube as well. Nkoss is absolutely customizable. You can add whatever ingredients you like, but today I'm keeping it very simple with these star ingredients. Of course, to make things easier for you, you can use a food processor or a grinder, but I'm convinced that the nkoss tastes better when it's done in a mortar and a pestle. Just a little bit longer now. We're almost there. Have a quick taste. Oof. Wow. Very spicy. Just a bit more salt and a bit more white pepper. So now I'm just going to scoop out that nkoss and set it aside in a bowl. Oh, it smells so incredible. Okay, so now we're going to slice our mackerel and start stuffing it with the nkoss seasoning. Some paper towel just to dab any excess liquid. So we'll be making use of all parts of the fish except the ends and the head as well. So I'm just going to cut these fillets I've removed the innards earlier, and so now you're just getting the fillets. It's a very soft fish, so it doesn't take too much to get it all mushy. I won't be using the head today, but I'm going to dab all the excess liquid from the fish, and we're going to proceed to stuff it with nkoss. So you're going to just poke the mackerel, stuff the nkoss inside it, wherever possible really. As much as you can get in there, the more the better. So, pretty happy with that. Over here too, creating some pockets, and then I'm stuffing the mackerel. Remember, we can remove the bones later. As the mackerel cooks, it will become slightly more easier to handle. Add all pieces into a mixing bowl and allow that to marinate further. I'm just gonna let this marinate for 20 minutes. So I've peeled and washed these potatoes off camera. Now we're going to slice them and prepare them to be cooked alongside the fish. Just so these potatoes don't brown, we're going to salt them lightly and keep them submerged in some tap water. There we go. You don't want these potatoes too thick because that will just extend the cooking time. Back into that salted water. And I'll repeat the same with the next 2 potatoes. So now let's arrange these potatoes in a stainless steel pot. You can use non-stick, whatever you have available. We're also going to now add our mackerel in here. So in goes the fish. I've added a little bit of more water to rinse out any excess nkoss, and I'm going to add that water in here as well, which is enough to steam alongside the fish. We're going to steam this on very low heat, just so the fish can cook all the way through, and the juices from the fish can also penetrate the potatoes until they are cooked all the way through. And let's not forget those parsley stalks that I saved from earlier. Just going to add a 1/4 cup of water to this so that the potatoes don't burn. And the slightest amount of oil. So essentially we want it to steam in those natural juices with a little help of some water until cooked all the way through. The mackerel's already starting to cook just at 4 minutes, but let's keep that going until the potatoes are nice and soft. After about 11 minutes of steaming, we're going to remove all the mackerel. We don't want to overcook that. And then allow the potatoes to cook further until fork tender. The potatoes are beginning to break apart as I turn them. They've been cooking for 20 minutes exactly. The fact that I can mash them like this is a sure sign that they're ready. Now we're going to remove all those bones from the fish. It's beautifully cooked and flaky. Smells incredible. All those ingredients, the nkoss has definitely done its work. It smells and tastes amazing. Now we're just searching for any bones. There's a bone here, a couple bones. Look how flaky that is. This is why I use mackerel. It's just perfect for this dish. We're not going to add the skin, so put that aside as well. No bones here. On to the next one. Now that our mackerel has been broken down and I've taken out any excess bones, I've also run my hands through it with some gloves to make sure I didn't miss anything. Our potatoes have also cooked beautifully, and I'm going to pass them through a ricer and straight into the bowl. They're super soft. You can do this by using a potato masher or a fork, but I love to use this ricer in particular because I feel as though it gets a really powdery, fluffy consistency. So now we're going to just stir that in, incorporate the potatoes and the mackerel all together. There's some bits of parsley that made it in. I'll remove those because it is tough to eat. Equal proportions of potato and mackerel in every single bite. Here's a baking tray which I've just lined with some silicone mat, and I'm going to go on to mold my courgettes a little piece at a time. First into a round ball and then into a log. Just going to crack 3 eggs into this bowl for the egg wash. No need to season it because our croquettes are well seasoned. Here's a bowl with about 1 cup of flour. You're going to season it lightly with just some salt and black pepper. Lastly, about 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs. Up next, we're going to assemble our crumbing station, starting by rolling our croquettes into the seasoned flour and then dipping them into the egg mixture. Once they are coated with egg, you're going to drop them into the breadcrumbs and then cover them very liberally. I like to dip it once again into the egg yolk and then back into the breadcrumbs just to ensure that I have a very crispy outer layer. Don't skip that second coating. You will really appreciate the texture once it's fried and super crispy. Once our croquettes are beautifully crumbed, we can place the entire tray in the freezer overnight to flash freeze. This will enable you to place them into a Ziploc bag entirely without them sticking together or breaking apart. If you intend to fry them on the same day, go on and place them into the fridge for 20 minutes while you preheat your oil and continue to fry them on medium heat until golden and crispy on the outside. To avoid any temperature drops or discrepancies, make sure you don't overcrowd your pan. I like to fry at least 4 croquettes at a time to ensure that each croquette is evenly fried. Once fried, use a spider or a slotted spoon to remove the croquettes from the oil and then rest them on a wired rack. These croquettes are best enjoyed hot, so make sure you pre-prepare the hot pepper sauce ahead of time. I've shared this recipe in a previous video on this channel. Look out for it somewhere on this screen and of course in the description of this video. Enjoy your croquettes alongside this hot pepper sauce and serve it with some chilled bissap, my absolute favorite pairing. And that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and inshallah bring it into your homes this Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our qiyam and siyam, and inshallah I will see you in the next episode of Ramadan with E.T.
مرحبا